What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land. About a week ago, Nintendo did something weird. They just randomly went to Twitter and announced some type of Nintendo Switch Online playtest program and how we could actually sign up for some type of event that's happening on the 20th, which is a Sunday, funny enough. But as you might or might not know, almost no one was able to get in. And literally, it took a very fast hand in order to sign up, like literally under a second to be registered for this thing. Unfortunately, I didn't get in either, but yeah, you've probably seen this all online. No one really knows what this is or what they're even signing up for. The only thing that we know about this is Nintendo stating, of course, it has to do with Switch Online, and it's best to play this in docked on a television, and also that they're having fans actually sign some sort of NDA, not an NDA, but something pretty much saying that you won't release information about what you played. And of course, you know, people are going to release information about what they played. But immediately, I thought the whole secrecy thing was very weird, and the fact that they took hardly anybody into this thing, leaving lots of people not able to participate, including myself. I'm still bitter about it, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's pretty strange, and people try to figure out what the heck this could be. Of course, when we're on the heels of probably a Switch 2 reveal very soon, or at least we're all hoping, this is something that a lot of people thought could be related to Switch 2. Maybe a revamp of Switch Online, something getting ready for Switch 2. It's hard to say, but the only other thing people were bringing up was maybe something new coming to Switch Online, something needing more powerful servers, something like GameCube games. Now you might be asking, what in the world is making people say this? Well, Nintendo has made some moves recently that are very, very strange moves. I mean, things that literally just allude to this being the case. For instance, Nintendo actually announced a 3-year celebration for Nintendo Switch Online, and it stated, "We hope you've had a chance to enjoy revisiting or discovering classic games in the Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, and Sega Genesis libraries. Oh, and doing more in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and Splatoon 2 games with access to their paid DLC included. What excitement will the next year bring for Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack members? Stay tuned to find out." What in the world do they mean by stay tuned? Maybe there is a revamp coming for Switch 2, but maybe, which seems to be the likely option, they're gearing up for something GameCube related, the next era of games. Because what else would it be? I mean, I guess they could maybe try to implement DS games like they did on the Wii U, but I feel like GameCube is next. It just makes sense, and it continues to seem likely, because apparently there's information on controllers. This new rumor comes out suggesting Nintendo may be putting out a new wave of GameCube controllers. Go Nintendo states, Famiboards user Random67 has been digging around various component shipments related to the Big N, and they seem to have stumbled on some evidence of the GameCube controller getting another round of manufacturing. We saw the GameCube controller come back for the Wii U and Switch, and now a fresh round might be in the works. This is nothing new. Nintendo has done this for all the games that have come out on NES, SNES, and Nintendo 64 Online by giving us various controllers to play with on the Nintendo Switch. So there's a very good chance that they could do the exact same thing with GameCube. Like the article said, they have definitely done this before when it came to Super Smash Bros. And they actually released GameCube controllers and even an adapter, which was pretty cool. So yeah, is Nintendo really gearing up for GameCube games? I mean, honestly, there's a lot of evidence and reason why this would happen. It seems like Nintendo had actually been going back and getting some GameCube games out. I mean, we already have Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the Wii U in HD. I know people want it on Switch, but we have them at least on the Wii U. We also had Mario Sunshine come back. And Nintendo did give us Pikmin 1 again, with both 1 and 2 in a collection pack. Not to mention, we just got Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. So yeah, there's still some GameCube games though left out of the mix. So maybe this is a perfect way for Nintendo to say, hey, here's some games that have not gotten remakes or probably won't get any in the future. I know people still want Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD, and maybe not the original versions, but this might be a way for you to play them nevertheless, and finally get F-Zero GX, Kirby Air Ride, and a whole slew of other games, including Double Dash and even Smash Bros. Melee. So what if Nintendo was testing the online for these games? Because there are a lot of GameCube games that would be a blast has to play with others online. Could you imagine Mario Kart Double Dash? Maybe the actually good Mario sports games like Strikers and even Mario Golf Toadstool Tour? Playing Kirby Air Ride with each other would be so cool, and playing against each other in City Trial, oh my gosh, that just sounds like a dream come true. And there's tons of other games as well, including one that's severely underrated with Star Fox Assault. That multiplayer is actually a lot of fun, and being able to go up against another player, maybe just 1v1 online, dude, it just sounds way too good to be true. But my question is, if Nintendo really is doing this, why would they ruin the surprise this way? Why wouldn't they officially announce the thing or something before actually having some type of online playtest? Because if this is exactly what they're doing, it's gonna look really, really bad. If all this footage of GameCube games comes out, which you know it will, I don't know how Nintendo doesn't expect that to happen when people leak things when they're not supposed to already. That's the only thing making me think maybe it's not a GameCube playtest. Maybe GameCube games are coming, but this is just for a new revamp or a new look or something completely different. It's hard to say, maybe something gearing up for Switch 2 and a new user interface. But man, I'm not gonna lie, you don't understand how disappointed I'd be if people actually get to try out playing GameCube games online against other people, and we just get to sit here and watch because a lot of us didn't get into the playtest. Oh, I would be so frustrated. But I haven't found a whole lot of value on Switch Online so far because I played these NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, and even Game Boy games so much on past consoles like the Wii U, it really didn't resonate with me all that much. But something like GameCube and DS, and eventually maybe even Wii, would be awesome. Maybe even 3DS eventually, could you imagine? Yeah, that's just super exciting to me, but it does scream like something that should be announced like in a presentation for the next console, something to really get people hype and like, hey, on this new console we're also revamping Switch Online and you're gonna have GameCube games and stuff, and maybe that's what they're doing, but they're just testing it out right now currently with the current Nintendo Switch. Maybe that's also why it's on a weird day, like the Sunday maybe before an upcoming week that could have a Switch 2 presentation, because let's face it, we've talked about this before, this seems like to be the last week coming up. Next week might be the last opportunity for us to have any type of Switch 2 presentation revealed to us in the year of 2024, because November and December are those holiday months, and a lot of people, myself included, are not expecting anything to happen those months. So maybe Nintendo's just gearing up for this for some reason, or maybe there's some type of Nintendo Direct coming up soon where they're like, hey, GameCube games are now available, and they just drop them. But yeah, either way, it kind of does soften the blow a little bit of something that could have been really exciting, and it's just going to end up being something that's just like, oh, there really wasn't a surprise because people got to play this already like a week ahead of time or whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think this could be GameCube game related, or something Switch 2 related, or something else entirely? We'll know fairly soon, this weekend actually, but we got Mario Party Jamboree to look forward to before we even dive into all of that and more Switch 2 madness. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.